What's up, YouTube? CJ Extreme here to talk about some of the, things that happened at Clash of Champions. Not going to talk about all of them because there's some segments and I'm not going to talk about everything. But we could just talk about the matches. So every title was on the line. The one night a year where every championship is on the line. And the one night a year, well, not really. It seems like every pay-per-view, when they have a feud, they're just like, this person could just win. But we're not going to do that. You'll see what I'm talking about. It's just, they're weird. Weird. I opened the show with Braun Strowman and Seth Rollins versus Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler. And I predicted this correctly. I thought that Roode and Ziggler were going to win, and they did win. And I thought it was going to be because of nefarious means. And not really nefarious. It was just like taking advantage of an opportunity. Braun pushed Seth Rollins. This is kind of lame. Here's what I think should have happened, and I'll tell you what actually happened. What I think should have happened. Seth Rollins should have accidentally super kicked Braun in the face, and Braun comes in the ring and just power slams him, dead in the center, and then Roode or Ziggler goes to the pin, and then he loses like that. This man got pushed and didn't know what to do after that. You've been German suplexed by Brock Lesnar multiple times, hit with multiple F5s. You've been absolutely decimated before. And someone pushing you, Braun Strowman just kind of shoulder tackling freaking Robert, is it Robert now? Yeah, Robert into you, Robert Roode, and then you're just disoriented? Come on, dude. I'm not saying the Glorious DDT is a weak finisher. It's just like, it's not an F5. If he kicks out of an F5, he can't kick out of a DDT now. There's the lack of consistency there, but whatever, I'm not going to dwell on that for too long. So Rollins and Braun will be the main event later on. I don't remember what was next, so I'm just going to talk about the matches. Excuse me, as I remember them. I skipped the pre-show, I know. So, Drew Gulak won. There's not really much to say about that. The finish was weird. It started off really good, but the finish, I don't know. Like, he went for like a German suplex or double waistlock roll-up, and Lindsay's shoulder wasn't on the ground, and then ref was like, hey, your shoulder's not on the ground, and he like adjusted himself to where his shoulder was on the ground and still got pinned. It was like, what they should have done is, since that didn't work, he should have kicked out and got rolled up again and then lost. At least or at least try to go for like another move and then gets rolled. I don't know, man. It's just weird. That just really took away a lot from the match, in my opinion. Then we go into Cedric Alexander in his hometown versus AJ Styles for the United States Championship. I was like, yeah, here we go. This is gonna be great. And then I saw on the clock, we got 7 minutes left before the show starts. I'm like, come on, man. The match I was looking forward to the most. I was like, this is gonna be match of the night. Nope. No, we don't want you to be match of the night. No, we gotta put it on the pre-show. Why are you putting championship matches on the pre-show? Then again, there were a lot of championship matches, so something had to take a back seat, and they damn sure weren't gonna have Roman and Rowan take a back seat, and I'm kind of glad they didn't do that. Regardless, it was just like, come on, man, come on now, dog. Like, it was just, wow. But AJ Styles won in very convincing fashion. Hits a Styles clash on the floor after hitting a brainbuster on the apron. Cedric, like, in the beginning was like trying to catch him off guard and go for a quick pin as it was keeping the crowd involved. And then, no. He goes Styles clash on the floor, doesn't pin him, picks him back up, phenomenal form, and another Styles clash. And then he gets beat up by the club. Now, what I'm hoping happens here is that on Raw, he's like, no. We weren't beating you up because, that's just something that we do. We were breaking you in, and then Cedric joins the OC team. Do that. Do it. No balls. They're not going to. But I really want them to do that. Yeah. Anyways, I guess we could talk about the SmackDown Live Women's Championship. Bayley and Charlotte. Started off pretty good. Charlotte being aggressive makes sense. Trying to finish off Bayley. Trying to end her. And Bayley just kind of took advantage of any opening she could. She seemed like, a cowardly heel, which is weird, but that's okay, I guess. But she did something cool. I liked the finish. It was just too abrupt. The match should have got a bit more time, and they should have done a bit more with it, in my opinion. Like, it's Charlotte and Bayley, 2 of the 4 horsewomen, even though I feel like they should change that name, but that's fine. It was just really weird how it ended so abruptly. I guess it makes sense. Head first into the exposed turnbuckle that wasn't really exposed because it was covered in tape, whatever. Hits her head on the turnbuckle and then goes right into a pin after that. And Bayley is is still the champion. She ran away, which was pretty funny. It was just really weird seeing her run, because I've never seen her run that fast before, ever, for anything. So seeing her do that now was really cool. Like, she should do that when she goes for the shoulder tackle in the corner. She should just come flying across the ring, shoulder tackle. That would be great. Whatever. Bayley retained, as I predicted. I got a lot of these predictions right. There are only a few that I got wrong, or a couple. Where do we go now from here? What can we talk about? We can talk about the SmackDown Live Tag Team Championships with the Revival and the New Day. That was actually a pretty good match. I liked it. It was actually pretty good. The problem here is that the Revival had the match won, and then they didn't win, and it was like a brief pause where it was just like, just beat them. And they were like, no. And I was like, no, you got it. You win right here. Go for the win. No. So I was like, are they really going to lose because they decided not to go for a pin? Come on, man. They put him in the reverse figure 4, the 4-leaf clover, or the black clover if you watched Anime's WWE Adventure. Anyways, and Xavier has to tap because of an injured knee. I think what's going to happen is at Hell in a Cell, they're going to have Randy Orton and the Revival versus the New Day at Hell in a Cell. That would be really dope. But I don't know after Randy Orton versus Kofi Kingston. I don't know anymore. Anyways, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Just wait a minute. We'll get to that. So I guess we go right into the women's tag team match next, and it was Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross versus Fire and Desire, Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. I actually really liked this match too. Like, this is one of the matches that I would possibly consider rewatching just for the fun of it. The problem that I had was when the 24/7 championship bit happened, it really took the steam out of the match. Like, the crowd just didn't care about the match anymore. But up until that point, everything was cool. When Alexa should have won the 24/7 championship, I think. She should have won it, and then they just could have continued from there. And then it was like, not only are the women's tag titles on the line, but the 24/7 championship is on the line too. And Alexa's like trying to avoid getting pinned or whatever. And then Nikki Cross is trying to save her because she's like, oh wait, if Alexa gets pinned, we lose the championships. You know what I mean? And then it could have been funny if like Nikki Cross pinned Alexa or something while she was there. And that would have kind of messed things up a little bit with their relationship, but I don't know. They could have had more fun with it, but it really took a lot of steam out of the match regardless. And yeah, I guess it was just a match after that. But I liked it, and they retained. Even though I thought they were going to lose, Alexa and Nikki Cross retained. Intercontinental Championship with Shinsuke Nakamura and The Miz. The crowd was actually really into this. They were really into it. Like, they were going crazy. I was like, okay. I didn't expect that. I thought the crowd was going to be tired and not really, reacting until Becky and Sasha came out, or Kofi and Randy, or Seth and Braun. I thought this one was going to happen here, but that didn't happen. They were actually really hyped. And I thought The Miz was going to win for a second because he kicked out of the Kinshasa to the back of the head. They don't call it the Kinshasa. This is stupid. I don't care how he hits it. If he hits a sliding knee or a running knee on his opponent, it's the Kinshasa. End of story, no matter what. Top rope knee, Kinshasa. Don't care. It's Kinshasa. Don't even pretend, oh, it's not the Kinshasa. It's different. No, it's not. It is the Kinshasa, assholes. Like, I'm stupid. Whatever. Miz kicks out. Sammy, I think, alright. It seems like a lot of people didn't catch this. This is my take on it. When they had Sami Zayn on the mic and then they cut it suddenly, I think it was trying to get heat back into the match. I think this is what happened. They had Sammy talking on the mic and it was kind of pissing the crowd off. And then when they turned his mic off, everyone's like, oh yeah, his mic's off. And then they get back into the match, even more invested into the match than they were before because Sammy's mic is cut. And I thought that's what they were trying to do at least. Regardless, Miz is the Skull Crusher finale. I thought that was it. It wasn't. He had the figure 4 and I was like, oh, this is it. And it wasn't. I like the false finishes in this match. But in the end, Kinshasa on the outside into the post and then one into the face. And Shinsuke is still the Intercontinental Champion. I don't know who's going to beat him. I kind of hope it's Sami Zayn. But right now, everything's cool. Everything's cool. It's going to be a minute before he loses. I think what's going to happen is there's going to be a Survivor Series match with Shane, and he's going to have his crew, and it's going to be Kevin Owens, and he's going to have his guys. And on Kevin Owens' team, he's going to have Shinsuke and Sammy. I think that's what's going to happen. I'm calling it now. I think that's what's going to happen with the Intercontinental Championship. And then after that, Sammy will beat Shinsuke for the championship at some point. That's what I think is going to happen. But regardless, he'll probably win it at Mania or something. I think, because Sammy's never been the champion yet. So I think if he does win championship, it'll be at Mania. It'll be a really cool moment. Now we get into what should have been the best match of the night, but it wasn't because of stupidity. So, in my opinion, Becky Lynch versus Sasha Banks. It was so good. It was so good. It was really good, dude. Like, I was like, oh, Becky's gonna tap, but she forced her way to the ropes and got to the ropes. Like, oh, okay, she didn't tap out. How is she gonna lose though? Sasha bringing out some stuff we don't normally see her do. Her top rope Meteora was cool. Becky with the suplex was cool. Got the disarmer on. It was crazy. Then when they took out the ref, or no, when Sasha did the Eddie Guerrero finish and it didn't work, I was like, yes, that's good. And then the ref gets taken out with the chair. I was like, all right, where's this going? Is she gonna get disqualified? But the ref was just out altogether. So I was like, okay. They go into the crowd. They come back into the ring after all the brawling or whatever. Becky Lynch puts Sasha in a disarmer. Oh, she got mustard on her back. I don't care about that. Some people did. I was like, whatever, dude. But the commentator shouldn't have laughed. Anyways, she puts her in a disarmer through a chair, and then security and all that comes out, and then Becky Lynch is disqualified for hitting the ref in the front. I think what should have happened is the ref should have gotten hit in the chair in the back, and he didn't see it, and then we just move on from there. Like, that could have been perfect. They could have done that. Why didn't they do that? And then Sasha wins with a freaking, I don't know, meteor into a sitting chair, something. I don't know. Freaking hits her in the head with it. Does a chair. I don't do something. Like, just give us the victory. Sasha just came back. Give her the championship. Just hand it to her, and then whenever she loses it, she loses it. Becky will be okay if she loses the Raw Women's Championship. It's not like she's nothing without the championship. If she's nothing without the championship, then she shouldn't be the champion. Plain and simple. But I don't know. Maybe that's just me who thinks that. Randy versus Kofi. I thought Randy was gonna win. I really thought Randy was gonna win this match, and he didn't. This was what was the point of this feud, man? Like, we get to SummerSlam and there's no real winner, and I'm like, okay, that sucks. But then they had a better build, and I was like, okay, so now at Clash of Champions, Randy's gonna win, right? No. So then they go, now what are they gonna do? Kofi just won. That's it. There's nothing, no shenanigans, nothing. He just won. So is Kofi gonna face someone else, or is he still gonna face Randy? Because the New Day's still feuding with the Revival, I think. I don't think they're just gonna drop this. I think they're gonna continue to feud, those two teams. But what is Randy and Kofi gonna do? Because Randy didn't win. And then if he faces him at Hell in a Cell, maybe he should win, but he's not going to, is he? I don't even know. I don't know. All I know is it would be cool if Kofi faces Aleister Black next, streak versus title, or if they go for Roman versus Kofi and Kofi wins. Like, if you want to solidify Kofi as champion, he should have lost this match right here. And you're probably like, what, solidify him as champion? Him losing the championship doesn't make sense. Hear me out. So he loses the championship here and then wins it back at Hell in a Cell in a great blow-off match where they just beat the crap out of each other, and then Kofi wins the belt back. And then it just continues from there. That's how you get the heat back on Kofi. That's how you do it. Easy. It's easy. You're probably like, no, it's not. That wouldn't. No, it would work. Trust me, it would have worked. It would have worked perfectly. But they just, whatever. And now they got this whole dilemma where it's like, if they continue the feud with Randy, nobody is going to care. Like, people are going to just want Randy to do an RKO. But that's it. This isn't going to go anywhere. Kofi's not going to lose championship to Randy Orton now. He's not going to. It's the same thing with AJ versus Samoa Joe or AJ versus Shinsuke. It just, he's not going to lose. Whatever. I don't get it. If he does lose, then what? Then what do you do with Kofi? Now Kofi's back down to the mid-card. Really just wrote himself into a corner, in my opinion. Maybe there's something I'm not seeing. Whatever. Eric Rowan versus Roman Reigns, best match of the night. Easy. Best match of the night. These two went at each other. I wish there were some chairs, some, I don't know, just more weapons. That's fine, because it's Clash of Champions, it's not Extreme Rules. So there wasn't that many weapons. Okay. hit him with the freaking camera, like the thing that like zooms into the crowd and during the show entrance or whatever. Hit him with that twice. He went for like the super spear running all the way down the ramp. That didn't work. Eric Rowan like caught him into a double choke slam into a power bomb through a table. That was sick. Oh wait, when he went for the spear, by the way, my man Luke Harper returned. There's so many things they could have done with Luke Harper. I was like, there's so many storylines they could do with this guy right now based off of what's going on, and they won't do it. So what are they going to do with him? They bring him back and put him in a team with Eric Rowan. I fucking called it. I knew they were going to do this. I was like, watch. If Luke Harper shows up, they're going to bring him into the tag team. Just, it's too easy. Anyways, now they're facing each other. Now that they're a team, where do they go? They go for the belts? Is it going to be Roman and Daniel Bryan teaming up against Luke Harper and Eric Rowan? Or is it like a super scheme where Daniel Bryan is working with them? That's not going to happen. Where do they go now? Is it going to be Luke versus Roman Reigns? Maybe. That would be cool, just as long as Luke wins. Anyways, it's good to see him back. The crowd went crazy for him. I'm happy to see him. So let's see where this goes. I'm actually interested. Main event. This wasn't bad. It wasn't amazing though. It was I'm not even trying to downplay it. It just wasn't the best match of the night like I expected it to be. Seth ended up winning. He hit Braun with multiple curb stomps, and it's like, here's the thing that doesn't make sense to me, right? So Braun and Lesnar faced each other. I forget at what pay-per-view. I think it was just them one-on-one at some point. Not talking about Baron Corbin interfering. I'm not talking about the one where King was there. I'm pretty sure they faced each other one-on-one one time, and Brock won. And he won with one F5. That's the thing that's getting me here, all right? So let's just pay attention here. He lost to Brock Lesnar with one F5. Okay. He gets hit with 4 curve stomps by Seth Rollins to lose here. Brock took 3 curve stomps to lose to Seth. Why? I don't get it. I'm just confused. It's like he's stronger than Brock, but then he isn't stronger than Brock, but then he is. It was cool. I like seeing him do the splash from the top rope. He almost fell. If he would have fell, that wouldn't have been funny. I think he would have been seriously injured if he fell. But he was about to fall. He didn't fall. Hits big boy splash. Seth kicks out, which is crazy to me. Braun kicked out of a curse up at 1. Then he kicked out at 2, and I was like, oh, he's gonna get pinned on the 3rd one, and he didn't. I don't know how I felt for that. In my head, I was like, he's gonna kick out, isn't he? But then like part of me was like, no, he's not gonna kick out. They're gonna do the 3 curse stomps. Okay. No, they didn't do that. It was cool. It was just a cool match. It wasn't like as good as I think it could have been. That's just my opinion. That's okay though. That's okay. After Seth wins, the Fiend comes out as expected. He takes out Seth Rollins with the Sister Abigail, or I don't know what it's called now. I forget what it's called. It might not be called Sister Abigail. I can't remember. Regardless, now we got the Fiend versus Seth as I expected. That's going to happen at Hell in a Cell. Probably in a Hell in a Cell match. What are the other Hell in a Cell matches going to be? Is it going to be 2 or 3? Is it going to be 2 as in... well, it can't be just 2. They have to put the woman in Hell in a Cell. They have to. So it's going to be 3. I'm pretty sure WWE Championship is going to be inside Hell in a Cell. Unless he's not facing Randy Orton. That's pretty much it. Overall, though, this pay-per-view, I enjoyed it, but it wasn't amazing. It wasn't... SummerSlam was better than this. Well, no. I take it back. There were better matches overall. But I feel like I was more excited when I watched SummerSlam than I was for this match. This show. I think this show didn't have the best build. I think Becky versus Sasha had really good build. I think Kofi and Randy had some anticipation build to it. That's cool. I think Roman and Eric had some good build, but they could have done better. I think Bayley and Charlotte had good build, but it ended too abruptly. You know what I mean? Like there was some. They could have done more leading into this pay-per-view, and that's okay. And I really hope they do something here going into Hell in a Cell, and it doesn't just fall flat. But we'll have to wait and see. But I guess that's it for the video. See y'all next time.